Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 27 of Pocket Edition. I'm your host, Sully. Today I'm joined by Mark, and today we are covering our hopes, dreams, and predictions for E3 2018. Mark, how are you today?
I'm good. My hands are freezing, but other than that, the rest of me's fine.
Yes, we down here in Down Under are going into our winter, albeit our winter is relatively mild in comparison to all of the rest of the world, but we're baby wusses. So, yeah, deal with it. But Mark, what have you been up to before we jump into this episode? What have you been doing to keep busy? You've just put up 2 reviews recently, haven't you?
Yeah, I've just been basically getting back into the swing of things because I was sick recently and I lost my voice, which means I can't really do any of the stuff that requires my voice.
YouTube
so basically,
YouTube doesn't take hand signals or very well, does it?
No, I can't touch. I can't just type and do Morse code or anything like that. Anything. So once my voice came back, I said, okay, let's marathon all of these reviews. Let's write all these scripts while I'm sick and get it all done. And
Beast.
so I'm back in the swing now, and hopefully, I haven't burnt myself out
again. What have you been? Let me start that again. What have you reviewed, though? We had recently the one that I checked out, which was Bloodstained Curse of the Moon, which is basically Castlevania, a spiritual successor to Castlevania. What were the other titles you've reviewed?
I did the latest DLC fighters for Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Ah, yes.
Which is Vegito and Zamasu.
Oh, nice.
Still haven't seen a single episode of Super, but I'm well aware. I'm well aware of what's going on.
Dear.
And then I'm working on a review in the background, which should hopefully be up towards the end of the week. Dragon Ball Legends, which is the new mobile game that spans all of Dragon Ball, including like the old school Kid Goku to current Super.
Nice, I'll be checking that out. I've actually been checking out all of your Dragon Ball stuff because I'm a massive Dragon Ball fan, so I'm looking forward to that one. That's going to be cool. Something else I have to check out soon, though, is Dragon Ball Heroes to Time You Over Till Super's Back. It's kind of some kind of weird little funky side anime that is, I believe, more or less used as promotional material for a Japanese card game or something. I don't know what the exact history is, but it looks kind of slick and cool and crazy, so I'm going to have to check that out. Been up to anything else, Mark? What have you been playing other than your review titles?
I've been playing a lot of Bloodborne. I've had it in my collection for like 2 years and never touched it. Because you need a good window when you play a game like that. You can't play anything else. You need to play just that torturous, beautiful game.
Yep, so when you're sick and dead, there's a good opportunity.
It's the perfect chance.
Perfect
so
chance.
I've been playing through that. I don't know if I'm doing well or not, but I think I'm towards the end of the game.
Nice.
And my frustrations aren't as high as when I play a Dark Souls game. So I think I'm doing all right.
All right. Don't ask me. I don't know. I don't play those games. I'm not crazy. I cannot handle that shit. I am awful at Dark Souls, Bloodborne. Nope. No. What I have been playing, though, which is a complete change of heart and style, is Mario and Rabbids, I think it's Battle Kingdom for the Nintendo Switch. The turn-based XCOM-inspired strategy game. Is that about right? I haven't played XCOM either.
Yeah.
I think you were telling me about that, Mark.
Yeah, it looks like XCOM. I haven't played it myself, but it looks really, really good.
It's really so fun simple. And really cute. My only concern with the game is that it's going to remain too simple throughout the majority of the playthrough. I've just gone into World 2, the sand and ice levels, and I've had a lot of mix-up in regards to enemies that I'm fighting, and a support class has just come in for the enemies as well, a healing class, and there's like skill trees and all that for your squad and characters. There's all these different weapon unlocks and stuff. It's a lot of fun, but it's still not quite varied enough or challenging enough as of yet, which I'm hoping will change up very soon. And there's no, to the best of my knowledge, there's no difficulty setting for this game either. There's the one kind of difficulty that is the default difficulty, and the only way to either make it easier... this is the only other option, is to make it easier by replenishing your health with kind of like a free gift before each battle. There's, to the best of my knowledge, there's no way to make it harder though. So I'm hoping it does ramp up sooner than later. And just to be clear and for our audience to understand, I'm not a strategy pro. I've dabbled in RTS a lot, real-time strategy. In terms of turn-based strategy, I'm probably a novice to average or okay. So yeah, that's a little bit concerning for me. Hopefully it ramps up soon though, because it's really cute and it's a lot of fun. It's just got a lot of polish and it's got a really good feel to it. It's been a while since I've been hooked on a strategy title like this. It's been a while. I think the last one was probably Fire Emblem, sorry, for the 3DS, one of those titles, and that was a long time ago. So I'm excited to have a strategy game back and on the Switch. Hopefully we get more of these titles in the future. And I believe we've actually got some. I think it might have been one of the leaks and rumors for this episode actually was Fire Emblem might be getting an announcement at E3. Speaking of E3 though, Mark, let's jump into it. What are you looking forward to? What are your hopes, dreams, and predictions? Are there any conferences in particular you're looking forward to? What's got you hyped?
Yeah. Well, like for pre-E3 stuff, I always get annoyed because some stuff gets leaked ahead, or some things get announced and then gameplay will be shown at E3, and it sort of ruins the sort of buzz that I get from like seeing like, oh my goodness, I never saw that game coming, and things like that. Like for example, Assassin's Creed last week. It was leaked through a keychain or something. And they're like, oh, well, that's like the 10th Assassin's Creed or whatever that's been leaked.
Right? It's like it's strategy almost, right?
Yeah.
They're just too big. They're just too big, right?
Well, how are we going to leak it this time?
Yeah.
It was like a PowerPoint presentation that someone saw on a plane. It was like this one that's a keychain.
Just to quickly interrupt you, do you remember the theory behind the Rage 2 leak, how that was all staged? That would have been pretty funny.
Yeah, well, I thought that Bethesda handled it really cool, like with the whole Twitter thing, especially since they said it should be this color and used like the pinkish purple thing, which ended up being the title color that they used for the new Rage. Which I thought that was perfect.
Yeah,
they were ready.
Well, it was almost so good. I think that's why people thought it might have been staged, but it was hilarious nonetheless. It was really good. But yeah, Assassin's Creed. This one's set supposedly, if we believe the leaks, in Greece.
Yes.
Okay.
They revealed like a very tiny snippet, which was sort of like two warriors reenacting the famous 300 scene, where they kicked them into a hole. Although it was more like kicked off a cliff.
Yeah.
So that like, it has to be set in Greece if you're going to do that. But whether or not it's sort of like towards the end of like Roman Empire, Greece or whatever, like we don't really know what time period.
Yeah.
But like, if it's like Origins, I'll play it.
Yeah, which is a really good game.
Yeah. But yeah, so like actual E3 stuff, because that's leaked beforehand, so I'm sort of not counting it, but sort of counting it.
That's fair.
If that makes sense.
All right, hit us, Mike. Unload.
Yeah. There's been a few rumors suggesting we might be getting Doom 2 from Bethesda.
Oh my god.
Which would be freaking amazing.
Is it time for that next hit, the series, in the entry in the series? Is it time? Has it been enough?
I think it's been enough.
When did it come out? 2016?
Yeah, 2016. I think.
17, 18. So it's been 2 years total. So if they've got a game engine already, which they do, maybe we get the reveal and it comes out next year.
Yeah, I'd be pumped.
I'm keen.
Loved the original.
Dude, that's still my favorite shooter for this year and last year. And 2016.
It's so good it leaked into the other year.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happened. It is phenomenal. If you have not played that game, what the fuck is wrong with you? Go play it. So good.
So I'm pretty pumped to see some sort of Doom announcement. So something akin to that. Fallout 76. I'm curious to see if it is an online survival shooter.
Yep.
Thing, because like I have no idea what it'll look like. There's been a sort of ahead of Nintendo's presentation, there was a small snippet someone shot on their phone or something like that. Whether or not it's photoshopped or not is another thing entirely. But it was a sort of window of their third-party support for the Switch for E3, okay. And it listed Fortnite,
Oh, I did actually remember seeing this. Yeah.
Which was interesting. I'm not the biggest Fortnite fan, but I think that's good that the Switch is getting something like that.
Absolutely. Well, it's on mobile platforms, so why shouldn't the Switch get it?
But it also listed Dragon Ball Fighters, which had me freaking pumped because like the only thing that could rip me away from that game was that it wasn't portable.
Yeah.
And now
it's game over. GG.
Yeah, it's you won't see me anymore.
Yeah. Nice knowing you.
It's going to destroy my work life. But yeah, I'm happy if that is true, that the Switch is definitely like garnering support from third party heavily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because that's definitely what it needs.
Yeah.
But in terms of first party, we'd love to see them reveal the next core Pokemon, obviously.
Well, yeah.
As well as there's confirmed that Smash Brothers is going to be shown there with all its however many characters, whatever sort of game it is. Everything's a mystery.
Dude, do you reckon we're going to get Z Fighters in Smash Bros?
I've always said it's a possibility because usually Namco Bandai have some sort of hand in the development process.
Exactly, yeah.
For Smash Brothers, but they own the rights to the games of Dragon Ball Z and stuff like that, but don't necessarily own the property. But like,
yeah,
so Smash Brothers managed to get Cloud, Ryu, and Bayonetta. Like,
exactly. What about a Goku?
They can kind of do whatever they want.
They're Nintendo, man. We got money.
But yeah, other than that, the next big thing that I hope is at E3 is Cyberpunk 2077.
Oh. Yeah, CD Projekt Red. It's time.
Yeah.
It is time to reveal that game. Haven't they already confirmed that it's going to be there, though, as well?
I don't know if they confirmed that it's going to be there. I think that they might have renewed the trademark or something. Okay. It was something that stirred the pot a bit.
All right, well, I'll be extremely surprised if we do not see that game there. I think it's time. I think it's absolutely time for that game.
How many years has it been?
Oh, they announced it. They had to have announced it maybe 2 years ago now.
Because I feel like it was announced before Witcher 3 came out. Or around the same time.
I would have thought it would have been maybe after around the time of the first DLC, maybe. I don't think they'd announce it before they released Witcher, would they? Or maybe they just said they're working on something.
I don't know. But yeah, like, it's time. We at least let us know details about it.
Oh yeah, or just give us just more trailer or something, because we've only had that teaser so far.
Yeah, a single screenshot. Seriously, yeah. Like I just want anything.
They're going to take the GTA approach before it launched. Like you get one screen cap a week, and the internet just burns down every time.
Yeah, it'll be like a screen cap of a cityscape that could be in any futuristic game, and I'll still be like, oh my goodness, what is this? Neon lights. Oh.
So yeah, no, I'm absolutely keen for that one. So you're pretty much on the Bethesda train at this point in time.
Yeah, like, because Bethesda always somehow managed to surprise me somehow. Even if I'm not initially like pumped for their things, I'm always like, oh wow, didn't see that coming. Like Doom and Wolfenstein on Switch and Skyrim on Switch last year. I was like, oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I like that. It's like a pleasant surprise that I wasn't really expecting.
No, I agree as well. Bethesda's, they seem to kind of over-deliver on what they seem capable of. With their turnaround time on projects, and I guess they just got more studios under their belt now than what we initially kind of just generally think about. Like they've got quite a few studios under their belt at the moment, so it's good to see them firing on all cylinders. It kind of makes me ask the question as to why Microsoft can't deliver a same amount of pedigree on a regular basis when you have a publisher like Bethesda with less money doing it more frequently. Anyway, that's a different topic.
Yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'm like, where I'm sitting at for what I'll focus on during E3. But what about you, Sally?
Oh god. Okay. Probably a little less than you. I'm generally excited to see all the kind of reveals, or hopeful reveals, that you've already covered. Except Assassin's Creed. I'm a bit hot and cold on Assassin's Creed these days. I think I've shared the story before where I played the first one, burnt out on it, never went back again.
You were done. You were done after what?
I'm done. It's the best entry, man. I'm done. I'm out. I've played Assassin's Creed and I put it down and I've moved on. I'm living my life.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see. Maybe the Greek mythology will pull me back in because I absolutely loved 300 the movie. I think it's a sick killer movie. But for me, okay. I've got some probably hopes and predictions. So I'm really hoping we see what Microsoft is doing with Halo. I think they've been kind of quiet regarding that franchise because they're trying to be careful with it after Halo 5. Halo 5 is still going strong in terms of multiplayer. It still has a really good community. But the other half of the community is just real butthurt and sour about where the story's gone and how they handle the story. It's almost universally agreed upon that the story is... It's not a bad story, but the execution of the story is not great, and it's severely lacking Master Chief's presence. And 343 have gone on record stating that they didn't understand the significance of Chief and, our want for Chief up until the release of Halo 5 and all the negative feedback they got back, which to me is really troubling, because if you don't understand that at this point in time, there's big issues there. So I'm really interested. I think surely we're going to get a lot of Halo at E3. I just don't know how much of that's going to be Halo 6 or how much of it's going to be perhaps reassurance that the entire franchise and IP in its entirety is in good hands. Because there's been a lot of damage control up until this point. So hopefully best case scenario, we get a teaser for Halo 6 if it's not coming out this year, launching this year. Or if it is launching this year, we get a full reveal. But like I said, we're in uncharted territory with Halo at the moment, because usually Microsoft's very vocal about it. But they've been dead silent, and going on track record and based on kind of the scheduling that Halo generally has, which is every 3 years, we should be getting one at the end of this year, but we've seen nothing. So I'm very intrigued, if anything, to see how or what Microsoft bring to the table in regards to Halo. And all their other spin-off projects as well, because they've got so much going Halo these days. I'm also very excited to see the next entry in Gears of War, made by the Coalition. It's time for Gears of War as well. It's been, I think it's 2 to 3 years since we had Gears of War 4, so that's due for a reveal. So I'm really interested to see where they take that story as well. That's probably it for Microsoft. The next probably interest I have is Nintendo. Nintendo Switch. I want to see what Switch owners are getting for the next year. And now, like we spoke about before we jumped on, Mark, I think this is the year we're going to get a lot of... I think we're going to get the quantity and the quality from Nintendo with whatever they reveal over this E3. The Switch came out the gates swinging. It had gangbuster sales. It got some good entries year one. We've seen a lot, like a shitload of developers and publishers pledge support to the system, announce projects that they're working on. And I think this is the year where we start to see some of that come to fruition. We're gonna see what people are working on, and I am freaking excited, man. One, it would be lovely to see the core Pokemon game. Do I think we're gonna see that? Probably not. I think we might get some kind of more announcement with details. We might get some images, a teaser trailer maybe something in-game, like in-engine game-wise. I don't think we're going to see gameplay. I think it might be still too early for that. What I'm most hyped for with Nintendo, though, is Metroid Prime. Metroid Prime 4, I want to see that game so bad. Did you play the originals, Mark?
Yes, I have played every single Metroid game.
Dude, I am
even the pinball one.
I've not played the pinball. No, I am keen for that. I am super keen to see what Nintendo or the developers of Metroid Prime bring to the table for this one. I've got a feeling it's going to be another third 3D game, which, okay, the ones for Wii were cool. The ones for GameCube were cool. But I'm a big fan of the 2D stuff. Like, I like the 2D platforming stuff. But I've got a feeling, like, obviously it's not going to be 2D. It's going to have 2D elements, probably in the same way that Mario throws back to its 2D origins. With like Mario Odyssey, how they'd have those little 2D things in the 3D worlds. They were really cool in there. Like, I liked those. So I think that's probably the most we're going to see 3D wise. Dude, I'm just keen. I'm so keen to get that sci-fi Samus experience on Switch. So that's going to be really cool. Smash as well, really looking forward to. But it's more just the unannounced stuff from Nintendo. Like, I know they're hiding gems. I know they are. I just feel it in my bones. call it a prediction. This is prediction territory now, but they're hiding some gems. I feel it, man. They're sitting on shit.
Yeah.
Because, like we said, they well, not specifically them, but the Nintendo company announced all the Pokemon projects before E3. So I would imagine that, you know, if they didn't have a lot to reveal at E3, they might be like, oh, hang on, let's just pull this back for our Nintendo Direct that we're going to release sometime in the window of E3. So I feel it. They're sitting on something. They're sitting on some big shit.
Yeah, because like I know that I'm pretty sure Nintendo mentioned something at the start of the year that they wanted to do like 2 or so new IPs like every year.
Yeah.
Or something very like kind of odd for Nintendo.
Yep.
Like a new IPs. And if you count Nintendo Labo as an IP, then we've got one more IP that's unannounced.
Yep.
And I'm like, I think the Switch might be the place that you do it, and E3 would probably be the best launching point for it.
Absolutely.
Especially since we know so little about what's going to happen this year beyond Smash and Pokemon.
Yep. I mean, we've got lots of Pokemon coming. We've got lots of Smash coming. I'm assuming Metroid is going to be definitely a next year title. Maybe not even the start of next year, maybe the end of next year.
Yeah, I remember reading they said that Metroid Prime 4, when they announced it, was pretty much early stages of development.
Yeah, so it may not even be next year. You know, best case scenario, I think probably end of next year, I think.
Yeah,
so
but we'll see stuff. We'll definitely
absolutely.
see stuff.
I really just want to see it. I just want to, like, I'm starting to get really excited to be a Switch owner. Like, I picked it up a few months ago. I dabbled in Mario Odyssey. Didn't really grab me. Zelda's not... I appreciate Zelda for everything it does, but it's not my cup of tea. It's just too big, too grand for me. I haven't got the time to sink into it.
A little too overwhelming.
Yeah, a little. It's just too much. I am more kind of the guy who'll sift through and find those little indie gems and get off on those. But I want those big experiences for my Switch as well. So, you know, Metroid, that's definitely my cup of tea. You know, I want to see Metroid, and I want to see Smash Brothers as well. I want to see what's coming for the Switch. I think this is really going to be... It's going to be a good year for Switch. I just feel it, man. It's a prediction. I've got the crystal ball out, but they're doing stuff, man. The fact that they've already announced Pokemon and blown that big ass Pokemon load, it just makes me believe that they've got something else that's going to happen big. But prediction wise, more specifically, overall for E3, you know, I don't know what to expect. It's a funny year. Like, I just don't know where it's freaking going, man. Like, we've already seen the new consoles come through with the X, the Pro, you know, all the VR headsets are out. Like, I just don't know what else there is left to do in this generation. In terms of, for Microsoft, who knows? Sony, who knows? I think it's just got to be about the games for once. Like, when we haven't got new hardware, we haven't got new headsets, I think it's just about the games. But for Switch, I'll give you one prediction for the Switch, which I think I actually covered on the newscast with Count. Do I think it's going to happen this E3? Maybe not. Maybe next E3. But I think we're going to see some kind of significant shift in bundles for the Switch. I think we're going to see the Switch, as the 3DS kind of fades out and gives way to Switch being the preferred system, I think we're going to see a Switch that caters for people that just want to be on the go with it. So I think that probably entails no dock. I think it means maybe they might do a slightly smaller version, maybe. That one I'm unsure about, but I think we're definitely going to see Joy-Cons that are just fused with the system. It's going to be a much kind of more in one system. You know, you can't detach crap. It's just going to be more portable friendly. And it's just a little bit sleeker in design and more portable. So I think that's probably, we're going to see that bundle, and then we're going to see the home bundle where people want to mix it up and take the Joy-Cons off and stuff. So that's probably my big Switch prediction. Do I think we're going to get it this year? No. Maybe next year, because I think the 3DS is still going relatively strong, and I don't think they're going to start trying to really cannibalizing the 3DS sales if they don't have to. But what are your thoughts on that one, Mark?
Well, like in Japan, you can buy or pre-order the Switch without a dock.
Yeah.
Already, and that's pretty interesting, because it's like they're very, very much catering to handheld. But like handheld is a bigger market in Japan anyway.
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, like the Vita hasn't died.
Mm-hmm.
The Vita has been dead. The Vita's been dead in the West for like 2 years.
Yeah, it's gone, man.
It's just now that they're saying, oh, we're going to stop cartridge production.
Yeah.
They sang their death knell a long time ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But yeah, so like we don't necessarily know if that's just we're catering to the handheld market, or we are going to test the waters and see if the Switch can support itself just like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting, man. Like I think as soon as you take the 3DS out of the picture, there's going to be a desire to have a more portable, sleeker Switch. So I don't know. I just kind of feel like they're going to slim it down a little bit, cut some costs, fuse the Joy-Cons on, and bang, you've just got your 3DS pure portable successor right there. I mean, would I buy one of those? Yeah, probably. Like I was speaking to, again, Count the other day about this. We never use our Switch on our TV. We just use it in freaking bed or on the go. It's just such a slick system, and that screen is just the right size to be, just a comfortable gaming. Like, we're talking for long periods of time. You can game it for long periods of time without having eye strain. Something else I would like to see from the Nintendo and the Switch specifically is, one, a pure portable, dedicated portable. But maybe, I don't want to call it a Pro, man, but maybe it's the revision. Maybe we get a revised Switch where we get a 1080p screen. That is something I think would go a long way. May not affect sales, but people would really appreciate that. Because if you don't know, it's 720p in there at the moment, and it's fine. It's fine. It gets the job done. But every so often, I see it, man. I see those pixel grids. I see it. And, it doesn't bug me, but it makes me go, damn, man, I wish this was just 1080p. I don't know about you, Mark. Like, what's your relationship with that?
Usually I'm okay with it, but I do feel that, like, if it should have a relationship to the docked mode in terms of resolution.
Yeah, okay.
So if it's running docked 1080 or something like that, you would like it to be undocked 1080 because technically it's using more power to dock.
Yeah.
So to speak like that. Like as a review I did ages ago, Xenoblade Chronicles 2, that ran, it was 1080 or 720 or something docked, and it ran like 500 or something like that undocked, and it ran worse. It was like chugging at times and blurry. And
yeah,
like,
right.
What the F is going on? The console is in my hands. It should be taking less effort, not more.
Yeah, I mean, we know Nintendo have a few kinks to iron out with the Switch. So, one, software kinks, development kinks, definitely hardware kinks. Like, the fucking system's being hacked left, right, and center at the moment through hardware exploits. So, we know there's a new Switch model coming. This isn't even a prediction. Like, we know Nintendo are working on revisions for the Switch, but hopefully we get, kind of consumer-friendly revisions, like eventually a 1080p screen, dockless bundles in the West, maybe a pure dedicated portable bundle as well for those that want to save a bit of money and not worry about the dock and having it on their TV or taking the fucking Joy-Cons off. So yeah, that's my prediction crystal ball element of this episode for E3 and specifically regarding Nintendo. But before you wrap it up, Mark, a couple of things that I missed, because we've kind of glossed over Sony here.
Yeah.
Nothing against Sony. I love Sony. But The Last of Us 2, holy shit, reveal that game. I want more. And what else were they working on? They've got, Spider-Man. I want to see Spider-Man, dude. That looks sick.
But yeah, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Sony said that they plan to have a giant announcement or like a big announcement every single day of E3.
Ooh.
So I think that they're amping up to some stuff that we had no idea about.
Yeah, they always do it, man. They always do this. Hopefully they've got, I mean, what I'd like to see from Sony at this point is maybe, I don't want to say variety, but maybe another big studio kind of enter the realms of being that next Naughty Dog or, Santa Monica, like one of their big studios. Someone else give us a new IP that we can kind of look forward to every couple of years. Because it's going to get a little bit old just having, we know there's Uncharted coming. Uncharted's coming back. We fucking know it. It's going to get old having Uncharted, The Last of Us. I'm assuming God of War, sequels. Let's just keep mixing it up. So hopefully that's the realm they're going into now. Is they're just going to start, well, hang on, we need to keep going. We can't just, I'm going to say it, Mark. You ready? Do you want to hear me say it?
Yeah, I'll hear you say
We can't become Microsoft with just Forza 7, Halo 6, Gears of War 5, Fable Fables in the past.
Fable question mark.
Fable question mark. Hey man, crystal ball, Fable's coming back. Yeah, but they can't become, surely they look at Microsoft like, we can't become stale and stagnant. Those games are fine. I love my Halo 6, I love my Gears of War 4, but I've said it 1,000 times, those games aren't bringing anybody new in. You need to be new and fresh. So hopefully Sony aren't anywhere at that point yet. They're not even remotely close to that point, but hopefully they recognize that and they keep kind of iterating on the experiences that they're bringing to that platform. So I want to see new. I want to keep seeing new from Sony.
Yeah, it's. I just had that thought while you were saying that. Sucker Punch, who did the infamous games. Yes. That could be them.
Yes,
that could totally be them.
Dude, isn't Sucker Punch doing that weird samurai game though? Is that them?
Yeah. So if we see it, it could be it.
That could be the game.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. That's barely a prediction, but you heard it here first. Hopefully that's what they now refer to as a quadruple. Anyway, let's wrap it up, Mark. Any final thoughts?
I think I just had my final thought.
Fantastic. All right, so I've pretty much blown my load as well. E3, it's right around the corner. Get excited. Stay tuned to GameCast. We're going to be covering, hopefully, the bulk of E3. Not necessarily specifically on the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a lot of live reaction type coverage on our Twitch channel. You'll be able to find that linked below down in the description box. I believe Count and I are kicking off E3 with EA, Bethesda, and Microsoft, I believe, with our live reactions on Twitch. But I believe, again, Count is covering every conference, or most of the conferences at least anyway. So you'll be able to find those live and on Twitch. I'm going to be covering a lot of the conferences here via Pocket Edition on the YouTube channel, if that's more your style. So, stay tuned. It's coming up. It's an exciting time to be a gamer, and let's see what E3 brings this year. As always, I'm your host, Sully. My guest today was Mark. Leave your thoughts, opinions, predictions, crystal ball moments down below in the comments, and we'll see you in the next episode of Pocket Edition. Have a good one.